Hello leaders, and welcome to a new episode of the Environmental Leadership Series. In this episode we'll be talking about case studies in environmental leadership. A review of environmental leadership. Why do we lead? Over the last 10 weeks, we've witnessed what it takes to become a leader. So now that we're at the end of the series, I want to take a moment and appreciate what we've learned here. Environmental leaders and activists are all just ordinary people with the dream of achieving a sustainable world for all to enjoy. While we all may have different reasons for leading, whether it is for public health, land or species conservation, or new energy options, we can all appreciate that environmentalism is not only for a particular political group, it is for everyone. We'll go over 6 case studies from the UN's Champions of the Earth Awards in 2017. Which should inspire you to begin environmental leadership in your own community. Case Study 1. President Michelle Bachelet. President Bachelet of Chile won the prize for policy leadership and is clear to see why. She led the charge to establish a marine park called Nazca des Venturadas in San Ambrosio and San Felix Islands, as well as other areas in the Juan Fernandez Islands. Totaling 1 million square kilometers, these protected areas are the largest collective protected area in the world. Case Study 2. Paul A. Newman and NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. As the chief scientist for Earth Sciences at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, Paul Newman and fellow colleagues at the Goddard Space Flight Center were instrumental in bringing the issue of atmospheric ozone depletion to the forefront of political discourse. The 1987 agreement, known as the Montreal Protocol, signified a global effort amongst nations to reduce chlorofluorocarbons from products in order to close the ozone hole in the atmosphere. Newman and others' efforts signifies the importance of science and policy working together. Case Study 3. Amba Afforestation Community. Amba is a region in Mongolia that stretches over 920 square kilometers, and this region used to be a green paradise until excessive logging in the early 20th century reduced it to a desert. The collective action of foresters there, beginning in the 1960s, transformed the desolate region back into a green space, boasting 80% forest cover, up from 11%, and the return of 137 million cubic meters of clean water. Sometimes, environmental leadership can take generations of hard work, but it demonstrates that anything is possible. Case Study 4. Jeff Orlovsky. As a filmmaker and activist, Jeff Orlovsky founded Exposure Labs, which, quote, uses the power of storytelling to create impact, end quote. Directing the hit environmental documentaries Chasing Ice and Chasing Coral, Jeff's creativity has taught millions of people the importance of environmental conservation and action. Take note, everyone has a talent that they can share with the world, and if you can use yours to make a difference, then you are doing something that is good for you and for others. Case Study 5. Mobike. We don't often hear about how there are businesses out there making a difference, but recently Mobike has been making a global impact on air pollution. The world's largest bike sharing company has, quote, 200 million registered users across the 200 cities globally, servicing more than 30 million rides a day, end quote. If you have an idea that is marketable and can make a change, then you can create green economic growth as well as environmental sustainability. Case Study 6. Wang Wenbiao. Finally, Wen Wangbiao of Elion Resources Group, which is, quote, China's largest private green industries enterprise, end quote, has worked for 30 years to stop desertification in northern China. Much like inside Amba, logging and farming raised much of the green landscape present in the region. But after greening up about 2/3 of the desert, Wenbao has created opportunities for work and returned forests to the desert. Redevelopment takes time, but when you have a clear vision for the future, you can make great change if you put in the time to realize it. A conclusion to the Environmental Leadership Series. We have reached the end of the 10-part Environmental Leadership Series. Over this series, we've gone through the basic and some advanced steps to becoming an environmental leader for your community. Please share these videos with a friend or colleague and get out there and take action. Climate change is happening now. We need leaders like you who will find solutions to this century's greatest challenge. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. There will be new videos coming soon. And as always, go on to be great leaders.